is where it all comes down to for both of these teams. You know, funnily enough as well, both of these teams recently having pretty notable losses and wins off of it. FaZe Clan beating out Evil Geniuses and 100 Thieves losing to Ghost on this map. Same comps that they were playing last time around, so we know roughly what to expect from both of these teams.
And of course, Xset going to be waiting for the winner of this match. It is a long, long road to Denmark if either of these squads want to get to Copenhagen. Double elimination bracket, but you want to set yourself up for the best possible opportunities by winning this one right here, right now. Zasna springs forward. Bit of disrespect there, honestly. Taking the orb, challenging anyone to peek.
Yeah, coverage was there from the rest of his team as well. You can see that it was Will playing up on that Pipes position. So he had a bit of a cross just in case any player went aggressive with it. But FaZe look geared up, ready and waiting to try and maybe go for a split here.
Yeah. It looks like a mid to A, but
mid to A's never worked, Josh.
That would be an absurd pistol round to go for. I think it's much more likely they try and creep under through to orange, but no, they're going to go for it. It's a mid to A pistol round.
Okay. Drone now to push forwards as well. Two players just holding through into main, but this coverage, it needs to be there. The crossfires, you've got to expect that the players are ready and waiting, and they more than ready are.
Yeah, that's a
dash away. Baby Bay is going to go to safety.
It's an extremely optimistic attempt to go for a mid to A. The alarm bot's going to catch him here as well, give away all of this information. There's a nanoswarm to deny him on the plant. And so now FaZe kind of stuck with 30 seconds left.
Yeah, not a lot of time.
No good map control.
They've used their big tools as well. No drone. Fly's going to be getting the dart up in 10 seconds. But is that really enough? With down to the final 20 almost in this round.
They're just going to have to sprint onto the A site, and Derek's going to be there ready to collect with double shock dart available. The time is certainly ticking.
Dart's going to give it away.
They're not going to be able to have any attempt to fake the plant here. Derek's just going to get so much damage if he picks the right spot.
Time? No time. Nope. Didn't get on it fast enough.
And the second shock dart, it missed anyway, but that's why Baby Bay didn't stick the plant. He's worried about the shock dart threat. Sat there only on 22 health.
Yeah.
And
what an interesting pistol.
Yeah, bizarre, honestly.
I'd love to know the stats for A.
0.
I'd love to know the numbers on like success rate of that kind of play.
But FaZe don't need pistol round win rates. They will simply force second round anyway.
Ah.
That's their plan.
Yes.
And it worked for them on Fracture.
It did.
It worked for them.
The comp is a little bit more, what's the word for it? I guess slow-paced, I suppose. When you don't have the neon to have that added oomph.
It is definitely slower than running a neon comp, but no one really runs that on IceBox. Baby Bay's going to be in a position where he's still going to take a lot of the entry battles, though. And they are doing the same kind of thing again. This is just a repeat of their pistol round, but with slightly better weaponry.
They're going to wall up this time, though, onto Boiler. They're taking a fight straight up onto them. They got to hear this, though. Position being played. Their Stella does not anticipate that second player, but it's a quick adaptation. Asuna. The wall placed down is going to block off screens. They got to know that the players are swarming off onto the side. The crossfire, slightly there. Derek's still ready for it. He can't quite get that second kill. Poised. 18 health. Baby just can't quite regroup with the rest of his team, and a spike has just been dropped down in mid this entire time.
Poised is doing a great job, but Baby Bay, just nabs in, grabs the spike, tries to leave. Oh, both players incredibly, but Baby Bay gets away with it.
Grenade. Should deny the plant here. Lobs it straight over the top. Players. Poised is so weak. One stray little part of that grenade might have just brought him down. Has to stick this plant out, but he's so low. It gets denied. Now Will left in the 1v1.
30 seconds left.
Holds down the angle. Okay. Just a bit of spam exchanged. Rotating back and forth off the ropes, jumping from one side to the other.
Baby Bay's reposition could be gone. Here, there. What a catch. God. Manages to hit a headshot onto Will. He had 100 health more, Will, but it's not enough to save him in the end. FaZe do it once again. Same story on Fracture, same story on IceBox. Throw away the pistol round, win the force. Who cares about pistols? They don't matter anyway.
Yeah, not to FaZe, apparently. And not to you either, Josh, with these statistics. 0% win rate with the mid to A. It worked that round.
It did.
Wasn't even close. Wasn't even close.
Yeah, obviously not a real stat that I was pulling that one out for. But
no, I know.
No, but seriously, an interesting idea again from FaZe, because they're making it look exactly the same, but then using the Sage Wall to add a different flair to it, and it just created enough of a difference. Yeah. This should be a pretty simple round for FaZe to mop up.
They described themselves as a bit of a improvisational team. willing to take risks.
This was actually the round that FaZe ended up dropping to 100 Thieves, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
But it doesn't look like the same's going to happen here.
Yeah, poised through in his fragment there, but ended up getting blocked by their own Sage wall. The plant actually removes a couple of chunks of the wall as well on top of it, but looking like, once more, an easy round for FaZe to lock up.
Yeah, no problems whatsoever here. And FaZe are going to take a pretty sizable lead. If you think about how this composition is going to work for 100 Thieves on defense, most of the time they're actually leaving the extremities pretty open. They're not going to fight aggressively for it. You know, they have a lot of utility to work with. So on the defense side, they are going to throw nanoswarms, snake bites, nades, shock darts. They're all going to try and play to deny the plant there. But they're actually going to give FaZe a lot of map control. Their normal hold towards B just has a alarm bot watching. And so FaZe pretty uncontested throughout that scale up towards the B site. This time, Bang's going to be the one to take a little bit of a jiggle, see if he can find some information on any FaZe players that are pushing in this area. But like I said, it's fairly uncontested.
Yeah, it's very dangerous positions, honestly, that Bang is playing in. Runs his way back to safety with the rest of his team. That deeper position means that a drone can be used, but it's a double face from 100 Thieves. One high, one low.
And they peeked before the wall went up there as well. So this Viper wall would have been perfect for blocking off at least one of those players. They're a bit too early on it.
The run with the lurk in mid could do some serious damage here. Spike drop down, that's going to get the plant in play. Baseline now able to play these in the post plans, with Dicey still posturing on top of this one singular block that he's got remaining underneath him. No commando dropped off now. Good timing on that one. It's going to turn off a bunch of different... And look at the lurk. Turret goes down.
So good.
Time and space being bought, and yeah.
Superman picking up 2 on the lurk, getting his way past. That is a really interesting way of getting value out of that. Most of the time, you're going to see the null command used to get a free spike plant, to go in there, turn off, you know, all of that defensive utility I was talking about that gets used by 100 Thieves to block the spike going down. And this time getting used in the post plant to enable a lurk. What a smart decision coming out from Poise, the IGL for FaZe. Empowering Supermen to go on that play, pick up 2 kills, and now with a spike plant, they would have Viper's Pit online.
That's a good spot.
FaZe have really developed from being pretty much all aim, no brain kind of team to really coming up with some nice ideas.
They got depth to them.
They do have depth. They have depth, and they still have all of that fragging ability. Look at this double face from FaZe. They are ready for that.
Yep.
Even if Dicey hadn't collected the kills, Baby Bay's right behind. And that is a scary duo to be facing into.
Yeah, Dicey and Baby Bay holding on different angles. You know they're just going to be able to clean those up. But 100 Thieves expected to take risks in this round. We're on the half buy.
Bang's been timing.
Yeah, not aware. Quick little hop up onto the boxes there from Flyer. This more should be a plan down for him. Derek and Stella just looking for opportunities to take away a couple of guns, honestly, and maybe just drag them into the next round.
Yeah, if Stella was able to get any level of kills, get his ult online, but frankly, there's not too much to be done here. This is just another round where FaZe get the spike plant, and FaZe are going to convert. Now, this has been a bit of a theme. We were coming into this game expecting 100 Thieves to be the team where their attack rounds define how the game goes.
Yeah.
And there's a prime game in Flawless, as you just saw. But yeah, 100 Thieves, if you look at how they've been playing throughout Stage 2, they are really clinical on their attack sides, the execs, winning the post plants. And that strength seems like it's gone over to their opponents in a bunch of their games recently, in 2 really important games against FaZe and against Ghost previously.
I think this really does set in stone how difficult it is to kind of predict how this North American bracket is going to go in the playoffs right now. Teams are so even, side by side, but now weapons once more in the hands of 100 Thieves. It's a deep Viper's Pit. In fact, the dart's going to tag onto one. Derek wanting to use the Hunter's Fury, see if he can get a pick-off or 2. Damage is done to Baby Bay, but not enough. Doesn't collect that second tag.
And this is the first time they're actually fighting over B with that Viper's Pit.
Drone's going to spot out the players here. Superman's
is so
running all the
deep.
way up, man. He's just in kitchen.
Derek is so favored to win that duel, and Superman just rips it away from him. The former teammates, and Superman comes out on top. Oh, the counter pit.
He seems to know where it's coming from.
All the way through.
Yeah, almost pre-fired it straight through the wall there. Will's also answering back. Quick little pick-off for them.
They've put down a Sage wall inside the pit here, too, to allow them a bit of safe passage.
Oh, my God. No more Viper's Pit.
That's the best kill you could possibly ask for.
You will not kill my allies.
Risen back up into the fight. Swing off of it. Baby back to safety. Rendezvous.
To avoid getting traded. I mean, just perfect timing on that.
Spike planted.
Plant on the outskirts as well, the upper section. 100 Thieves right now, I think, left scrambling in terms of how do you take the positioning away from them. Every angle is being watched. Will finds just the one. Now up top, showstopper, but honestly, just the players in wrap positions holding these angles. How do you anticipate it? Can you even win this one? Out, bang! Left to his devices in the 1v2. Can't close it. FaZe now. Feels like, Josh, they are running away with it, man. They've got so much money in the bank.
Yeah, every play that they make is successful. I mean, barring Asuna getting the wild spray there onto Superman, every single play that FaZe went for found success.
Yeah.
Baby Bay gets some communication and is able to perfectly trade out this kill as well. As Superman's just stomping, jumping through kitchen. That pick from Baby Bay untraded. Will doesn't check the close corner and is just a fraction of a second too fast onto the angle there. Gets heavily punished for it. And Baby Bay and Dicey, they've alternated maps, it feels like, in terms of just running away with the game.
Last map, it was Dicey. Map 1, honestly, was both of them.
Yeah, they were both really coming
Leaning
alive on
towards
map
the
1.
top.
Although, obviously, not quite able to win out despite going to a 9-3 lead. But at the moment, when you look at the series overall, the comeback from 100 Thieves on Split is the exception.
Yeah. It's going to take a lot, I think. This 100 Thieves timeout is pretty critical in being able to spot what they can do differently here, because it seems like FaZe always just coming up with answers, whatever the defensive setup might be.
Yeah. And I think so much of it is coming down to the micro rather than the macro. 100 Thieves have got a decent game plan there. I mean, they hold down B, one of the players is tagged, but one stays inside the Viper's Pit, and they're aware that Superman is in kitchen. Yeah. They know he's there, they just can't get the kill. I feel like that has been the big story of today. It's not necessarily any massive strategic problem with the way that 100 Thieves are playing, but the player form is lacking a little, and FaZe are on fire.
Oh, this time playing close. Will, you cannot be taking that angle. He's rewarded with the one. Jumps straight into their faces. Of course, Stinger in play, opting to take more risks into the round. I might say a value play for him, honestly. Removing one of the rifles out of this.
I still don't believe that 100 Thieves have won an eco round in this series so far, so this would be a massive one for them to take.
A great way to swing the momentum back right. I have never seen that before, man. He just literally picked it right up. He kicked it again! What are we witnessing? What is that?
He does give away the Banger's position there in a weird way, and he ends up falling.
Found them.
Great touch on him.
He does. He does. Actually, does he really?
Well,
he
not
just
quite,
booted
yeah.
him on top of yellow.
First one was nice. First one was nice.
On the volley. Practicing for the World Cup.
Yeah.
And FaZe are cleaning this one up. Yeah, despite the play that Will made at the beginning to make this one a 4v4 and make it winnable, FaZe get another spike plan, they get another punish, and they're able to make it happen. Oh, what a deficit for 100 Thieves. Every map has begun the same way. FaZe catapult out to a lead so early on.
You can't let it end the same way it did when they were last playing IceBox against Ghost Gaming.
And honestly, this is very similar. Just getting outplayed in the first half, and you really can't rely on yourself being able to pull every game back from a massive deficit. So 100 Thieves are going to get aggressive this time. Will walking down mid off the back.
No.
And Baby Bay just walks at them. He just walked at them.
No shot, man.
Player standing.
Two kills for him. If that's the third in a round.
If there was ever a round to indicate why FaZe have been beating 100 Thieves so successfully in this match, it would be that one. 100 Thieves come up with a game plan. They do something they've never done before. They set it up decently as well. And the FaZe players wide swing delete them.
Yeah.
I mean, FaZe have just come into this game on fire. They are so scary when they're in this form.
Prime game and flawless. Every gun being kept moving forwards. I mean, the play there for 100 Thieves, it's going to be the mid pressure they wanted to apply.
Yeah.
They wanted to apply a bit of that mid pressure early on, and Baby just rips their heads off.
But crucially too, 100 Thieves are expecting a normal response from FaZe. The Viper Orb to be popped early, no one to challenge.
Yeah.
They're going to be allowed to get into their positions and drone. But FaZe are not allowing them to do this kind of stuff. They are disrespecting them, and it's working.
It's such an unorthodox timing.
It's as fast as you could possibly swing mid. They do it, they get rewarded.
It's the way FaZe play.
It is.
It's such a, in terms of the timings they take,
And
their
thus
overall
far,
game plans are such a quirky team. It's hard to prep for.
the chaos is beating the plan.
The preparation, yeah. 100 Thieves, such a prep-heavy team, honestly.
And the
So much
chaos
comes
really is
into
winning.
that.
It's entropy. At the end of the day, it's just entropy. You're battling against thermodynamics. What can you do?
A fine death.
And every player on FaZe, it feels like, is in top form.
Yeah, this is... if they can keep this up, it's absolutely dangerous.
Spike planted.
Another plant, 100 Thieves, another retake, another eco. 100 Thieves in the last two maps have never even got in position to use their ults. They have comps that have really good ultimates for them to be able to utilize. They're always at a player deficit or in an eco round.
And it's a difficult prospect for them. Still, Stella in position, gets the one, bang, lurking around the back. That's Flyer removed. Kind of wall. Asuna just hiding behind with a snake bites. The spam. Oh my goodness, needs to be wary. He's already got the half, and the play is made.
There's
Half on the board.
round.
Asuna, please defuse that. Thank you. Don't mess around with the timings.
And there's the
wanted to
round.
give the orb to bang, but yes, Josh, that is the round.
Finally, a thrifty on the board for 100 Thieves. Off the back of Bang, hitting some really nice shots. Asuna coming in with the wall. All worked out. And Stella to start things, actually, with that nasty little piece, removing Dicey.
Gotta be cool, calm, and collected, honestly. Ice cold with the shots these guys are firing. Bang, what a play being made by him, but also Asuna as well, making sure that that pressure when the mid flank came through to disrupt that one, shut it down. And sometimes that is all you need to turn the tide of the map. An eco win like that, taken away on a thrifty, the money situation turns around. You can see now the FaZe, okay, opted into taking their time out.
Just trying to ice any level of momentum that 100 Thieves might be able to get, I think. And for 100 Thieves, remember that this is a pretty rookie squad. Sure, they have Asuna, they have Derek, who've got some decent experience being in these high-pressure scenarios, but Bang, Will, Stella, they haven't been in these spots in the playoffs before where everything is on the line and you have to fight back and you have to give it your all and stay determined and believe that you can win. This is going to be a different challenge for them as they go throughout the bracket. And they're not facing an elimination here against FaZe, but they would hate to drop down into the lowers. This organization, this team has high expectations and they've done very well in the group stage. They've shown that moment of brilliance. They've already shown us an insane comeback as well in 1 out of our 3 maps today. But getting some momentum back here, they go back-to-back with the timeouts.
Wow.
No? Okay. Maybe that was the 100 Thieves timeout then. Who knows? Doesn't matter at the end of the day anyway. Will's going to make the same play down mid that got punished so heavily by Baby Bay previously.
And it is push forwards into mid. B main approach once more being taken, given up freely by 100 Thieves, but they have to be certain of this now. They've cleared it out. They know that this no possibility of alert coming through into mid. Viper's pit dropped down. Superman is going to be getting that one for free. There's no utility to push them back off of it. In fact, Bang has fallen.
Will broke the trademark behind. They know there's somebody on the flank here. You can see a couple of FaZe players, a lot of FaZe players, watching for this flank from Will. Flyer poised. Icy in a position ready to swing.
Honestly, this is incredibly awkward to just try and push through now. Little force in play. Bit of a dart being sent flying now as well. And this is up to Will, honestly.
Yeah, what's the timing that he goes for here?
It's all just being collected though. The kills! Oh, Baby Bay Rendezvous back!
And it's all falling to pieces. Everything that 100 Thieves do is getting read, countered, dismantled by FaZe. And the snowball, both economic and in terms of the ultimates, is fighting against them. Baby Bay's on for the ace here. He's running down Derek. He wants the clip.
Yeah, you're trying to weather down a storm when Baby Bay's playing like this. Top form for him. Derek denies the content. Not getting a clip out of me.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, 17-3. Him and Dicey have still been putting on an absolute masterclass. And Flyer continues to impress. Let's not be blown away by BBB and Dicey so much that we forget how good the other players on FaZe are. Flyer's consistent, insanely consistent in the game since he's been added.
Nice cold.
And yeah, it is just round after round that they're putting on the board. Another eco. 2 guns available for Derek and Bang. They're going for more mid pressure. It didn't work last time. I don't know what they're going to do to make it work this time.
I think just the early push out denies the potential of like a mid lurk potentially coming through. It's a deep drone.
They did this last time as well, though.
No way, man. It's actually just...
Yeah, the drone didn't spot him.
Yeah, hidden around the corner. Now we see it. Null command in play. It's going to be a return, though. Instantly, Baby brought back into the action. Back into the fray with the res. Now 5 players alive. 100 Thieves, they need to start rattling off some of these shots with the rifles they've got in their hands. They need to find a miracle. A player close to the wall. Asana tempers it. Quick little sidestep to slow up, drop down, but now finally something is starting to break through. Wall in his hands. You can see they want to try and go for this one. It's a bit of an awkward one. And while this was happening, Superman just goes for the mid lurk. Takes away 2 of the players. 100 Thieves just can't withhold against this kind of pressure.
No, they don't have the level of aggression in the retake. I mean, Asana's slow up there. He decides to go for it. It sets them up for 2 kills, but then he's slowed himself off and can't really go for the wall at the end of the day. And Superman, he was trying to re-clear mid because he was worried about a flank. He wasn't necessarily trying to find the perfect timing to go for this pincer play in the post plant, but it just works perfectly for him. And FaZe are running away with this. Is it going to be another 9-3?
It would just... You gotta be joking.
It would be perfect. Poetic.
Viper's Pit in main. FaZe. So you're 10-2 at the half. You guys... I mean, they've got to be pleased with that one.
They would be, for sure. 100 Thieves have some decent ultimates. They finally have rifles back in their hands as well. And they're threatening, like they want to go for another mid to A, mid to B by the look of it though too.
How do you even know that this is occurring right now? Will come straight through into them. The double satchel play in action. It's Baby Bay who comes up with it anyway. Gets the initial kill. Sure, Superman goes down, but a wall cutting across. Unconventional in terms of the placement of it. Unconventional the way it's being played, but bang across the ropes. A subtle play. Walks his way up now, but time is ticking. And Dicey still winning these fights. Asana responds. It is chaos. Once more injected into the final round of this half. There's 100 Thieves. They can taste it. The opportunities are bound for them now. Dicey left in this 1v2. The wall to block the approach. Still he gets it. 24 health remaining. A tap of it. It is planted. Just for the gate. Just to find the angle. But Asana collects the kill anyway. One more found. One more on the board. Is 3 rounds going to be enough?
3 was enough for them on split. But it did not look even close on Fracture. Who knows? It's not been a good beginning to this final map, though, for 100 Thieves. FaZe are clearly the favorites.
We are going to find out just which way this series ends up. FaZe in a wonderful position to try and take away the series. On the other side of this break, the second half of IceBox and our decider is going to be coming right up. Have set themselves up nicely now heading into the second half of IceBox. So close now to winning out this series, getting the honor to face off against XSET deeper in this upper bracket of our NA Stage 2 VCT playoffs.
BabyBay just casually dropping 20 kills. Similar stuff to what Dicey was doing on Fracture as well to power his team to a 9-3 lead. 100 Thieves, they absolutely need this pistol. I've said it every time. Yeah. They've been down 3-9.
All great comebacks, Josh. They start with that pistol one.
They do. They've been down 3-9 in each of our 3 maps so far. And the game plan for 100 Thieves is fairly simple but difficult. Oh, well, they need to deal with Superman to start with. Tucked into this top nest position.
Are they even going to be aware of this?
They look like they know it's a possibility.
Flash the peak. It's coordinated. These little plays that get injected into things. It's the difference maker for FaZe, especially when they have the confidence. Every single one of these players. It's always going to be Dicey and Bebe, of course, stealing the show, but they're all fantastic players in their own right in terms of being able to pull off those individual moments.
Yeah, and the coordination has just hit a next level recently. Every play is no longer solo. It's got some little piece added into it, like that flash. The 100 Thieves are going to be able to get a plant down. They're at a player disadvantage. FaZe love being on the retake, and Superman's on the flank.
This is good, though. They're fighting deep for this pressure. They need to start taking out the rest of these players. Quick little right click is there. One player solo, baby. Just whipping around, but luckily he has his team to support him. All down to Superman. Health is not kind to Stella. He's going to be taken out momentarily, and now just down to that 1v1. The wall blocking a decent portion of this one. Snakebite applying that vulnerability. Information is now gained for him. Tries to push into it. I can't believe how close that was.
Oh, the headshot onto Bang knocks him down. 86 damage. Thankfully, he hadn't taken any chip earlier on. And now the question becomes, FaZe, do you decide to force? They've done it before, but choosing not to this time. Maybe it's only an attack-sided strat when they can get the spike plant down. They're going to allow 100 Thieves just a moment to breathe here. Just a moment, though. Once more, Brent, same game plan for FaZe. Get some kind of early pick, win the first kill battle, which they've been able to do with astounding success in this match, and then flank for the retake.
Gotta be worried about this, though. 100 Thieves, they've got good awareness to know that they could just be pressuring and pushing these angles. The weaker buy, okay. Not much health to your name, Superman. You gotta run away from that one.
And this looks like 100 Thieves should be able to deal with it fairly easily. So I think the game plan, though, is fairly simple for 100 Thieves here. They're going to need to push BabyBay back from his aggressive positions. He's going to be contesting them for map control a lot with those rendezvous. And if they can do that, they want to get spike plant down and play for the post plant. They have a ton of utility for post plant in these rounds. The problem being, FaZe are going to flank them. FaZe have been insane at getting those first kills from people like BabyBay. And 100 Thieves have been rough in the post plants. Only 2 weeks ago, 100 Thieves were averaging 90% post plant win rate. In the last couple of weeks, they've just been above 50%. That's a massive drop off. In this match currently, they're about sat at 50%. Only a fraction above. So 100 Thieves need to be able to fend off these flanks that are coming. Obviously, this round, a simple one. With no buy coming out from FaZe, no force. But heading into the bonus, these are the rounds you've got to get to power a comeback.
And FaZe, they're showing the percentage plays at the back of their heads in terms of saving the money, no force from the prior round. Now they're going to have the rifles.
And these are the rounds where you want to cook something up really interesting for 100 Thieves. They've got a mid to B strat that they like to run on rounds like this. But they're choosing to run a bit of a slow default at the beginning. Again, I feel like this is wanting to prod out where BabyBay is playing from.
Possibly a fake as well. Look at the way they're just dumping utility right now into the back of yellow. The main control as well, being pressured. But BabyBay just retakes the space.
Yeah, that's the dangerous thing about
fearless.
BabyBay. Even with his rendezvous offline, he's such a confident player. And why wouldn't he be? He's got 20 kills in the first half.
A wall was dropped down, drone was used, but FaZe, they did not bite. That's sent down, though, and that does get broken for but a moment. Now with the wall breaking as well, Dicey has to be aware of these different angles. Now he's being pressured, he's being swarmed. Right from the angles, a quick little jiggle with the movement. The Spectres are doing quick work.
Spike planted.
Very nicely done there for Will and Asuna on the entry. That's the duo that you need to get fired up for 100 Thieves. They got Bang on something of an interesting lurk play here too. Superman is so wary of it. Oh, but the timing just perfect for Bang. Literally perfect.
He's been given the opening. That wall comes up, but it's still being watched. Superman too low though to hold that one. With Bang now left to deal with, all he has to do is stay alive, but he has the confidence to re-swing back into them, and this rifle round has crumbled. Baby Bay left into it, to his own devices, has the capability to turn it, but with the time just ticking down, and a double swing is there. It's the bonus converted for 100 Thieves. A good round to get on the board for them. Stella survives as well, carrying forwards that one rifle, making it a bit easier on the bank.
And they're now within 3 rounds. Suddenly, this 9-3 lead that FaZe had, it's looking much more like Split than it is like Fracture to start the second half. And think about the checklist there for 100 Thieves. They push Baby Bay back over towards yellow. Check. They get the entry pick. Check. They get into a post plant. Check. And they win it. All the perfect things that 100 Thieves need to power their style of gameplay. And they're going to start to snowball. Their ultimates are really good for getting into those post plant situations too.
Can't slip up though against what FaZe are running now.
Look how reactive Baby Bay is. He hears them in B green and he's running over there.
No
I need to get a kill. I need to get a kill, and he finds it.
Yeah, Rendezvous laid down. Luckily the res is in play, but you still have to know he's going to be making plays like this all day long. Disrespecting the Viper's wall. Asuna, the plant, gets stuck down, but he pays with his life. But it is a post plant, nevertheless.
Probably worthwhile. Superman's going to use his ult here to try and retake, but the spam catch is poised already. This could be a dangerous eco for FaZe.
Baby Bay, he's going to be able to spot this one damage. Derek wins it. Quick tap of it as well. That means that utility is going to get pulled out of 100 Thieves. But getting a little bit too dangerous for them. But with Superman falling now, no more cover from the Viper's pit. Just Flyer left. Can't hold against it. Can't withhold. 100 Thieves, you can see how committed they are to try and getting into these post-plant scenarios. Asuna giving his life away.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they have to get into post plants for their style to work, I think. And FaZe, they haven't been able to get a kind of flank play off because they haven't controlled either of the extremities in either of these 2 rounds. So I think that's going to be the key for FaZe as you head into another crucial economic swing round for FaZe Clan. They know if they give 100 Thieves the space, they're going to be retaken here into a pit. So you need to be flanking. You need to be approaching that pit from many different directions, or deny the plan going down in the first place. But it's FaZe's style to play for retakes. And Baby Bay, a flank through mid, somewhere like 30 seconds from now, will probably pay dividends. We'll see whether that's what he's going for. Yeah. And Flyer with a crucial purchase of the Odin here. So it looks like maybe they are playing to deny the plant.
I've seen this before, actually. The
it's
Odin
just designed to break the Sage wall.
Yeah. Which is just the extra ammunition you need to chew through it. So they can't set it up.
100 Thieves might have a bit of a timing past this 0 point. Thrown out by Poise to see whether anyone was playing A. Didn't see a thing. So now 100 Thieves are grouping up, looking to pounce.
Right here.
I think 100 Thieves have played the macro sense of this one pretty perfectly. I imagine the Viper wall's up along with the dart, so it's still pulled players together. And now you're going to start to see the approach, the assault onto the site. A still need to chew through that one wall that they've got down. They need to be well drilled in terms of their execution of this one. There's still 2 players down, and the pit, it's dropped. Nades into the back. You see FaZe willing to just try and play inside of this one, see if they can deny any sort of damage, or the plants coming down. It's a bit of spam. Baby Bay, a random stray shot.
They just know where Asuna's going to plant.
No way.
That wall, the plant spot, it's so readable, it's so predictable.
It's getting away with murder.
He's running rings around them.
Prime gaming flawless, just like that. FaZe, it was looking dire, honestly. I'm not going to lie, but 100 Thieves, they were being slowed down to a crawl.
Yeah. First of all, they have to get through the Sage wall, so they break that from Dicey. Then they have to get through the Viper wall, and they finally get through there. But 100 Thieves have been going for the same plant, the one that connects 410 to Generator. And the FaZe players were incredibly ready for it. They spammed inside the Viper's pit, so that the 100 Thieves players couldn't be close.
Yeah.
And then they spammed down the wall, and then they spammed down Asuna.
Pre-firing the common angles.
And that gives FaZe one that they desperately need. On Split, FaZe only won a single round in the second half, and it was an eco. But this is already looking better for them. instantly finding answers.
This Sage wall is a difficult one to deal with. But drone's going to be used now to try and at least stretch away, take away pieces of it. It's bare. I mean, bang. The first pick there onto Baby Bay.
You have to be able to punish Baby Bay when he makes a slip up like that.
Important takeaway there. I mean, Dicey, he did take that forward space and he managed to get the ult orb to put his ult online, but okay, they're trying to retake the space.
Though. It will be resible if 100 Thieves end A. So FaZe are expecting them to try and play in this area, and look how quick they are to re-clear it. A flash, a knife, and suddenly it's a 5v5 again.
That's only going to tag onto Bang as well. It gives them information. They know that there's just the one lurking there, and so right now 5v5 again, and no one has cleared the close angle. There returns a fire. Flyer will be removed, but can they take care of Superman? Lining up for him. 100 Thieves all tumbling down, and it's all on Bang with the double swing in play. FaZe are too clean with the fundamentals. Not letting that one slip.
And they have been in a situation so far, even in this series, where they let the 9-3 lead slip, and they are not planning to do it again. FaZe put 100 Thieves economy in a difficult position where it's going to be a bit of a scrappy buy, and this is the Thieves' last chance. Superman is not expected in this position whatsoever. Asuna thinks he's controlled it with a slow orb, and then they line up. But overall, the macro game plan there for FaZe, FaZe outplayed them with that retake in green.
They really did.
They got the res, they had map control, they knew it was going to be an A hit.
Doing it again. Dropping it down. Poised is given a free orb. That means he has the null command. Yeah, he gets tagged up by the drone, but the bullets are too busy finding the mark on the wall, let alone the players.
Now it looks like 100 Thieves are going to go for a lockdown push into B. They're going to take space. Get Stellar in a position where he can use the lockdown. Even if the null command comes through as a response to this from Poised, it doesn't really matter because they've had to give up all of this position.
It's going to go off now, so space gained. No, there's no players close. The yellow with the wall up. Critical that they're able to get that plant down, but it has been destroyed immediately. And Nate deep back into Snowman. Will, he's still taking this forward approach. He's a bit of backup though from the rest of his team. The reset of the aim is nasty, but it's a pivot. 100 Thieves just decide, okay, we're going to be taking this one over to A, despite the fact that players have done some very good damage.
Yeah, it's, you can tell it's a good decision. At most, they're facing Superman here, and as soon as Derek gets killed, they'll know exactly the position the Superman's playing in, get a free spike plant down, and they should be able to win this one. It would be an absurd 1v4 for Superman to take this to match point.
What a way to do it, though.
Do you believe?
After what we witnessed last week, Josh, I don't think I'll ever disrespectfully talk over a 1vx situation ever again. I'll never start talking about what they're going to do next round, but it looks like Superman is going to be opting. Just give this one up.
Yeah, and 100 Thieves played the macro game there really nicely, but they also threw in a crucial chaotic element, which was Will running towards Snowman, taking duels. And I think sometimes that gets lost in the talk about theoretically excellent Valorant. If you play everything perfectly, your opponents know that you're always going to go for the percentage play. They're never worried about some wild push. And that, generally speaking, is 100 Thieves' style. And Will just added that little bit of unexpected into the plan. Taking the swing, hitting the shot over by Snowman. He has his showstopper available. FaZe take a timeout. They have been able to find some success on the defensive half, but it hasn't really been in the form we were expecting, which was those retakes. They haven't been playing aggressive towards one side of the map. I think I'd really like them to start going in that direction. You know, Baby Bay's not playing to flank here. They're not playing a Neon where they're pushing aggro. Baby Bay's playing positions where he wants to get a first kill and drop off.
Yeah.
And they're, 100 Thieves trade request. We'll give you the first kill, but we get the spike plant and get to play post plants. And 100 Thieves, a 4v5 win rate has been pretty spectacular, so they're still fine. Even if they lose a player early on.
With this composition.
Yeah, they are #1 in winning 4v5s across North America. They win it about a third of the time, which maybe that doesn't sound like much, but that's really high compared to the average.
Yeah, compared to the norm.
The norm is like 25%, so it's a big improvement. Now, FaZe are within sniffing distance of being able to get into that upper semi-final, take on XSET, and potentially forge a path through the uppers.
Yeah, it's within their grasp, but
both of these teams, I'm sure, will be happy to be on this side of the bracket, not having to face Optic, the winners of Masters Reykjavik.
Yeah, of course.
Until you get into, the upper finals kind of game. But there is a long way to go before they get to that.
Yeah, one step at a time. Got to focus on the opponent ahead of you. That's going to be the dart. No one actually breaking this one here. Will's deep. That's the showstopper in play. That takes out Superman. Nobody breaking that dart meant that his positioning was gave away. And the Odin spam, that's in the wrong place.
Yeah, 100 Thieves go for a different spike plan here, the one up top. Another one that they've been running fairly effectively. And 100 Thieves, again, the checklist. They push Baby Bay away, they get the pick onto Superman, they get into a post plan. These are the rounds that they are going to win with a lot of success.
Flyer let him rip that Hunter's Fury. The one tag onto Asuna, it softens him up, but still it's poised. Damage done. Now Will, this flank timing is everything. A lot of the utility was already just pumped into that one to try and push them off, to try and pressure them. The players are all over the place with the wall drop down. Dicey feels like he can just stick this one, but he hears the footsteps. He has to get off of it. And now, I mean, the position and the crosshair placement is all over the place.
Yeah, that one got incredibly chaotic. But as soon as Will spotted the fact that there was nobody sticking that, as soon as he didn't see Dicey on the defuse, he knew they'd won the round on time. So doesn't matter too much that they ended up dying there. And 100 Thieves really are mounting a comeback, Bran.
Yeah.
FaZe economy is in a rough position, and they haven't come up with the answer.
That's why we just saw that FaZe timeout. You could feel it slipping away.
And I really do think the answer here is defensive aggression. They need to be pushing aggressively on one side of the map. Playing for the retake, playing to their strengths. But like we've seen all series long, if you try and retake all from one position, it's not going to go particularly well against teams that are super drilled.
Here's that defensive aggression now. A double peek, a double push, bang. He's got too many angles to watch down, and honestly well played, I think, from FaZe to be able to take that one still. Yeah, better weapons in their hands. Superman could have also done a bit of damage there. They have not dealt with poise effectively, but traded in the end.
They have a decent idea that Baby Bay is on this flank. The turret, I believe, got taken down there. That's what he was chipping damage at. And he finds himself in a 1v3. Baby Bay has been racking up the numbers on map 3, but it's another very difficult situation.
He knows this is winnable for him. Relatively healthy rifle in his hands, but the positioning of 100 Thieves now, they need to be well drilled in terms of how they deal with this. Don't give Baby Bay the opportunities in the 1v1s, because you know this guy's going to be running away with it. Quick little clear now towards 410 time. It's starting to run low. You can hear the tick of the spike, and Asuna sidestepping right at the back. Gives him all the information he needs for the perfect headshot.
And I told you on map 1 and map 2 that 100 Thieves were barely just over 50% in terms of their post-plant win rate, which was down massively compared to what we expect. Well, in this map, they are currently 7-0. They have won every single round that they've been able to get into a post-plant. FaZe, they had the answer on Split and on Fracture.
Yep.
And they just can't pull the same kind of thing out without the Neon in their comp.
Yeah, the Neon really is a bit of an enabler, I think, as well, for Baby Bay to be able to take those timings. When he's on the chamber and he has to have a bit more preemptive setup, place the rendezvous here, okay, here's what we're going to do. It's not as fluid. You can't just toss out the adaptive plays that FaZe like to do.
Well, he could push. That's the thing. He
could
push
plan,
off the back of
plan something.
Yeah, off the back of a drone down mid or something like that. Baby Bay could push. The problem is getting value out of the rendezvous. You kind of have to abandon your rendezvous and just push past it. But I still think that would be a better answer. Kind of leaning on that fast flanking technique compared to what they're currently trying to do, which is to hold their ground and stop 100 Thieves getting into the site to begin with.
Timeout taken. 100 Thieves. They can feel it.
What an insane comeback this would be for 100 Thieves.
Ridiculous.
Down 3-9 in all 3 of the maps. I don't think I've ever seen a series like that where the team that's disadvantaged ends up winning. And 100 Thieves are still a fair way away from the winning mark, from the finish line, but they're getting ever closer.
The potential is there. Pretty standard Viper's pick going to be dropped down now by Superman.
There was a spam angle taken there onto the turret, but Stella's turret persists. It survives.
Yep, staying up. Even dropping that alarm bot as well inside the smoke.
And Derek's position, he's anticipating a flank. They are not playing anybody towards B main. They are deliberately asking FaZe to flank them.
Respect. I mean, Fly just has to vacate the premises. Dicey as well. This is an incredibly precarious position to be playing in. Will collecting so many of these kills. He's taken out 2 of the players. And mid, it's just being watched the entire time. The alarm bot's going to give the perfect timing. Poised in such a dangerous situation. He knows that the pressure's going to be coming through now, but Stella. Oh, this timing. It could be everything for them. Plant starts to go down. Kitchen spotted out, and Stella has dealt with it. Another player, another thorn in the sides of FaZe to try and deal with. It's impeccable in its nature.
Spike planted.
And that's a gorgeous round being played by 100 Thieves. And it's Will coming alive on the entry. Their game plan was spectacular too. Even if FaZe had, taken my advice and gone for a fast flank through B main in that round, Derek was watching it from spawn. From the most passive position that you're never going to clear. And in fact, 100 Thieves go a mid to B strat that looks very similar to one that FaZe ran previous.
It's becoming a bit more commonplace, I think, to just throw that one into your general game plan as well. A bit of an unknown quantity.
Make the defenders respect mid. Make them have to allocate players there on every round. And Baby Bay's about to drop a 30 bomb in a game that they could easily lose.
It's slipped away at this point. It's even.
The momentum is firmly in 100 Thieves fans. That is another round. What is that, 8-0 in terms of 100 Thieves post-plant success?
Absurd. Absolutely absurd. And FaZe, they got to start to deny it. But we're not seeing it.
No, we really aren't.
Retakes.
Even these first kills have not been going the way of FaZe, as they have throughout the entire series. In Map 1 and Map 2, Baby Bay and Dicey were 20-10 in first kills to first deaths. Will and Asuna were 10-20. That has not been the case towards the latter portion of this match.
Incredible mental resilience, I think, from 100 Thieves to be able to make this happen.
But it isn't over yet.
It's not over yet. Got to do a bit more than that with Baby Bay. Quarter force in hand. Now this lockdown, it does leave a slight gap off to the side. Wow. It catches.
I'm amazed at that caught, actually.
Yeah.
You need full line of sight, and it looked like it was tucked around the corner, but...
Yes, it was just enough.
Yeah, there goes the lockdown.
Space being regained now for FaZe, but it is a fast play now. Straight through B main. Superman has a Spectre holding this shallow angle. He has enough energy as well. Look, the Viper orb up.
Time could be the greatest enemy of 100 Thieves here.
They have to be so clean when it comes to clearing this one, and they get the information that the player still hugging the backside of Yellow. A bit of spam, a bit of play into it, the slow orb on top of it, but now they're using the ultimates. Derek is committing that Hunter's Fury. He's hoping to see if he can clear one of these angles, and his team scales up onto it, but now there's just 30 seconds left. The awkward time is being taken, still back Yellow being held. They're running a spike back to A, Josh.
Yeah, they're making the mad pivot. There is only 20 seconds left. The FaZe players have read it. They're trying to intercept them in mid.
About it?
I don't think so. There's 12 seconds.
One enemy
Stella
remaining.
covering the flank. He's been amazing in mid on these lurk timings. 7 seconds on the clock. And Asuna is going to be able to get it down. There's only a single player from FaZe. And they're way away from this play.
Once more, Superman left into it. The 1v3, the spike dropped down. The money's not good, but this time there's no time for saving. You've already lost your grip on the series. The turn of the half, it's just been downhill for them. So much clear around these corners. He doesn't know if there's a player there, and the swing from both of the players. Straight there up on Belt, it's Derek who collects the kill.
I've never seen anything like this, Bren. 3-9 down in all 3 of the maps. 100 Thieves now have match point. They are 1 round away from going to have a rematch against Exet, a team they've already beaten in the group stage. How has this happened?
1 round away. It's 100 Thieves who made that resounding comeback way back in the day. Different roster, IceBox.
IceBox against Mech.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. But that was a group stage game. That was a different roster. That game ended up not making the difference. This one keeps them alive in the upper bracket, and here comes the showstopper play. Off the rip. Baby Bay dodges it with the rendezvous.
Yeah. Back to safety. Heal in play now for Will. Wall has to be broken now. Pressure being once again applied to this site. The slow orbs scattered across. FaZe, you can feel it. They're just dumping everything into this one to try and deny the plan, but the wall goes up without a hitch. There's nothing to deny. There's nothing to stop it.
Superman was thinking about flanking, but he got spotted. And now look at Superman. He's running all the way back to try and connect with the rest of his
All the
team.
way back.
And this is another retake from FaZe, 5v5 with no flank available. In fact,
one.
the Vipers are going to clash in mid here, and Superman's just stomping through.
Footsteps being found, and there it is. The kill going his way. Bang. He's opened things up for his team. 4 players left standing for FaZe to stay in this series to win. It's out still. 100 Thieves. They've got the angles fully lined up. The utility in play. It's a desperation play in the end, but not enough. And the comeback is completed. 100 Thieves completing an absurd series of events to collect those rounds, one after the other. The series was looking over, Josh. It was looking done and dusted.
I'm amazed that they managed to resurrect that one. They took a corpse of a series and reanimated it. I am just befuddled as to how they've managed to pull that back.